Two sisters. Once upon a time, a man and his wife had two daughters. The parents loved each other and cherished their children, leading a very happy life. Unfortunately, tragedy struck when the woman died, leaving the husband and his two daughters in deep sorrow. After some time, the man realized that he couldn't manage the household alone and provide for his children's needs. Determined to find a new wife, he soon met a beautiful young woman with whom he fell deeply in love. "Please marry me," he pleaded. "Be my wife and a mother to my children." However, the woman hesitated and made a selfish demand. "I want to be your wife," she said, "but I don't want to look after your children. Send them away, and then I'll marry you." Unable to resist the woman's beauty, the man reluctantly agreed. "Very well," he said, "I'll send my daughters away." The next day, he gathered his daughters and told them of his decision. "Tomorrow, I'm getting married again, but my new wife doesn't like children. Hide in the grain store and don't worry, she will feed you." The man's new wife, unaware of the truth, agreed to the daily task of providing food for her husband's supposed ancestors living in the grain store. However, the two daughters secretly benefited from this arrangement. One day, the truth was accidentally revealed when the woman visited the hairdresser. Realizing she had been tricked, she became furious. In a fit of anger, she threw a pot of scalding water into the grain store, declaring that she wouldn't feed the girls anymore. To the girls' surprise, the water fell on a pile of chickpeas, making them soft and edible. The little sister, hungry but resilient, said, "Our stepmother won't feed us." The big sister reassured her, "Don't worry, the water fell on the chickpeas, and now we can eat them." Upon discovering the deception, the man's angry wife demanded he choose between her and his daughters. Facing an impossible decision, he sadly agreed to send his daughters away. Early the next morning, the man took his daughters into the forest. Exhausted from the long walk, he decided to stop and rest under a tree. Wanting to comfort his daughters, he placed a thick branch between them, hoping they would think he was with them. Leaving the girls behind, he returned to his wife. Unbeknownst to him, the two sisters woke up during the night, realizing they were alone and lost in the forest. The two sisters, now alone in the forest, were determined to make the best of their situation. They decided to explore the area around the wizard's house and find ways to sustain themselves. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the sisters discovered a magical spring that granted them the ability to communicate with animals. With this newfound power, they befriended the creatures of the forest, who shared their wisdom and offered assistance. One day, while exploring, the sisters encountered a kind old woman who lived on the outskirts of the enchanted forest. The old woman, sensing their good hearts and resilience, took them in and provided them with a warm shelter. In this new home, the sisters learned valuable skills from the old woman, from tending to the garden to weaving beautiful fabrics. As they grew older, the sisters became known for their kindness and generosity, helping both humans and animals in need. One day, news of the sisters' remarkable abilities reached the nearby kingdom. The king, intrigued by their story, invited them to the royal palace. The sisters, humble and grateful, accepted the invitation at the palace. The king recognized the goodness within the sisters and offered them positions of importance in his court. However, the sisters, remembering their past hardships, chose to use their influence for the greater good. They advocated for the well-being of the less fortunate, implemented fair policies, and worked tirelessly to create a more compassionate kingdom. The people admired the sisters for their wisdom and kindness, and the kingdom prospered under their guidance. Back in the forest, the man who had once chosen to send away his daughters realized the gravity of his mistake. Overwhelmed with guilt, he set out to find them, seeking redemption for his past actions. Upon discovering the sisters' newfound roles in the kingdom, the man felt a mix of pride and remorse. He approached them with a sincere apology, acknowledging the strength and resilience they had shown throughout their journey. The sisters, forgiving in nature, welcomed their father back into their lives. Together, as a family reunited, they continue to make a positive impact on the kingdom, fostering a legacy of kindness, compassion, and unity. And so, the tale of the two sisters, and their journey from hardship to triumph, became a cherished story in the kingdom, inspiring generations to come.